Ivanka Trump may actually be the individual at the dead center of the ongoing investigation by New York Attorney General Leticia James. And here's why I say that. James has subpoenaed the General Services Administration, which, for the record, is the group that actually gave Donald Trump's organization the lease to build the Trump Hotel in Washington, D.C. It is a government-owned piece of property. Donald Trump is just leasing it from them. And, of course, as we all know, he's also currently attempting to sell it because they're not doing so well with it. But in order to obtain the lease for that building to beat out all the other bidders, the Trump organization had to submit financial documents showing that the company was sound, that they had the money there to do all this, that basically they were as rich as they claimed to be. And, well, let me just read this from the Washington Post. As part of his bid for the GSA lease, Trump submitted statements of financial condition, according to a recent filing from James's office and documents released by the House Oversight Committee. James alleged that in doing so, Trump and his daughter Ivanka, at the time an executive at his company who oversaw the project, won the hotel lease in part by providing the government with false financial information. Ivanka Trump submitted the Trump Organization's proposal and presented it on behalf of the company. James's office noted in its filing that the presentation and associated bid explicitly incorporated the statement of financial condition of Donald J. Trump. So what does that have to do with Ivanka? Okay, she presented it, but what does that mean? Well, according to reports, the Trump Organization, as part of their showing how financially sound we are report, they intentionally overinflated, the reports say, the value of an apartment in New York owned by who? Ivanka Trump herself. So it was her apartment that was one of the properties that was overinflated. She was the one who personally presented this financial information to the federal government. She's not going to be able to plead ignorance on this one. If somebody else had presented it, if she wasn't that involved, she might be able to get off on this. But even if she didn't go through her own documents that she presented to the government, knowing that her apartment was overinflated in value, she wouldn't be off the hook anyway, because not doing your job isn't an excuse for getting off the hook. So that is why I firmly do believe Ivanka Trump now kind of rests at the center of all of this, along with her father, possibly more so than Eric and Donald Jr. So how does Trump play it from here? Well, of course, he's attacked Leticia James in a court filing this week. Never a smart decision, but, that's a conversation for a different day. And more importantly, is he going to protect Ivanka? Or is he going to let her take the fall? It's no secret to the world that Ivanka is, in fact, the favorite child. In fact, as Michael Cohen recently said, Trump actually told Cohen to have Donald Trump Jr. take the fall on a separate issue so that Ivanka wouldn't have to go to jail. The question is Donald himself willing to do that for his daughter, because she seems to be right there in the thick of it at this point. She's not going to wriggle out of this one. Now, here's the thing. It's important to remember that this investigation from Leticia James is a civil investigation. She's not looking for criminal charges. No, those are the folks at the DA's office in Manhattan. And of course, the two investigations are, of course, working together. So if they find criminal activity, they're absolutely going to let the DA in Manhattan go forward with criminal charges. So there's that. But the James investigation is, of course, civil. They're seeking money, not criminal charges. But if they think for a second criminal charges are warranted, they won't hesitate to give that information to those DAs in Manhattan so that they can move forward with it. And at this point, I'm starting to think Ivanka may be one of the first people that goes down in this scandal.